Moses and manna. Not long after they'd passed through the Red Sea, God led them into the desert. Of course, there was no food to be had in the desert, and it wasn't long before the Israelites started grumbling and quarreling with Moses and his brother Aaron. They complained that they had led them into the desert only to die. They even said it would have been better to have stayed in Egypt, where they were slaves, because at least there was enough food for them there. How ungrateful. Now, God knew that it was really him they were complaining about. What a shameful way to behave after he had gone to such lengths to rescue them. But thankfully, God is merciful and forgiving. He told Moses to tell the people that he would give them meat to eat that very evening. In the morning, God would give them bread from heaven that would taste delicious, and he would continue to give them fresh heavenly bread every day for as long as they needed it. The very next day, the Israelites got up to find white flakes of something all over the ground. This was the bread from heaven, and they called it manna, which means, "What is it?" because they had never seen it before and would never again when their travelling days were over. Little did they know how long that would turn out to be. God had given them careful instructions on how much they should collect for the day. They didn't need to collect any more than the day's needs because they would be fresh every day. But some people were so stubborn and mistrusting, they collected some for the following day too. God showed them how wrong and disobedient this was, because when they opened the jars of yesterday's manna, it stank and was full of maggots. God also told them to collect enough for 2 days on the 6th day, because the 7th day was to be a day of rest. Yet again, unfaithful Israelites went out on the 7th day to collect some, only to find there wasn't any. When would they learn to trust God? And when will we learn to trust God completely, or even at all? We are no better than those Israelites. He has done much more than feed us. He gave up his one and only Son to die for us so that we could be forgiven all our sins and go to be with him in heaven one day and forever. As our story shows, we are so poor at trusting him. In fact, the Bible tells us that we even need God to help us to believe him. Wonderfully, if we ask him for help, he'll give it. Thank God that he is merciful and forgiving.